Welcome back class to the news of 1st June from the newspaper The Hindu. And if you are preparing for UPSC exam, you can visit our website isbio.com or exammap.com, or you can contact us on a WhatsApp number also. So let's start the video. First topic is PM Cares Fund. So the fund is public charitable trust with the Prime Minister as its chairperson, and other members include Defense Minister, Home Minister and Finance Minister. So the fund enables micro donations, as a result of which a large number of people will be able to contribute with the smallest of the denominations. So the fund will strengthen the disaster management capacities and encourage research on protecting citizens. So the fund is for strengthening disaster management. The contribution to PM Cares Fund will qualify as corporate social responsibility expenditure. So the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has clarified that contributions by companies towards PM Care funds will count towards mandatory corporate social responsibility expenditure, and under the Companies Act 2013, the companies with a minimum net worth of rupees 500 crore or turnover of 1000 crore or net profit of 5 crore are required to spend as at least 2% of their average profit for the previous 3 years on CSR activities every year. So the term corporate social responsibility in general can be referred as to a corporate initiative to assess and take responsibility for the company's effects on the environment and impact on the social welfare. So there was already a fund scheme, that is Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, and this fund was instituted in 1948 by the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru to assist displaced persons from the Pakistan. So the fund is currently used primarily to tackle natural calamities like floods, cyclones and earthquakes, and the fund is also used to help with medical treatment like kidney transplantation, cancer treatment and acid attack. So the fund consists entirely of public contributions, does not get any budgetary support, and it accepts voluntary contributions from the individual, organization, trust, companies, institutions, etc. And the corpus of the fund is also invested in various forms with scheduled commercial banks and other agencies. So the disbursement are made with the approval of Prime Minister. The fund is recognized as trust under the Income Tax Act, and the same is mandated by Prime Minister or multiple delegates for national causes, and the contribution towards PMNRF are notified for 100% deduction from taxable income under Section 80G of Income Tax Act 1961. Next topic is CAG, that is Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The Constitution of India provides for the independent office of CAG in chapter 5th under part 5, and it is mentioned in the Constitution of under article 148 to 151. He is the head of the Indian Audit and Accounts Department, and he is also the guardian of public purse and controls the entire financial system of country at both levels, center and state. His duty is to uphold the Constitution of India and laws of Parliament in the field of financial administration, and the appointment and term of CAG is that he is appointed by the President of India by warrant under his hand and seal, and he holds office for a period of 6 years or up to age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. So the duties of CAG, that he audits accounts related to all expenditure from Consolidated Fund of India, Consolidated Fund of each state and union territory having a legislative assembly. He also audits all expenditure from the Contingency of Fund of India and Public Account of India, as well as Contingency Fund and Public Account of each state. And he audits all trading, manufacturing, profit and loss accounts, balance sheets and other subsidiary accounts. kept by any department for the central government and state governments. So he audits the receipts and expenditure of all bodies and authorities substantially financed from the central or state revenues, government companies, other corporations and bodies when so required by related laws. So he ascertains and certifies the net proceeds of any tax or duty, and his certificate is final on that matter. So he submits his reports relative to the accounts of center and state to the president and governor. So the report of center to the president and the report of state to the governor, who shall in turn place them before both the houses of parliament and state legislature respectively. And he submits 3 audit reports to the president, that report on appropriation account, report on finance accounts, and report on public undertakings. Next topic is acid rain. So it refers to any precipitation, that is rain, fog, mist or snow, that is more acidic than normal, and the normal pH is pH of less than 5.6 and pH below 7 is acidic. So acid rain is caused by the atmospheric pollution from acidic gases such as sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen emitted from the burning of fossil fuels. And it also recognized that acidic smoke, fog, mist move out of the atmosphere and settle on dust particles, which in turn accumulate on the vegetation and as acid depositions. So when rain falls, the acid from these depositions leak and from acid dews. So the gases that causes acid rain is sulfur dioxide or the sulfur oxides. The sources of sulfur oxides are fossil fuel burning, power plants, smelting of metal sulfides ores, industrial sources, industrial production of sulfuric acid in metallurgical, chemical and fertilizer industries, volcanoes, seas, oceans, decomposition of organic matter, and the oxides of nitrogen are the source have fossil fuel burning, lightning, biomass burning, forest fires, oceans, power plants, etc. Next topic is, can bees be trained to smell coronavirus? So the coronavirus, like other disease, causes metabolic changes in the body that causes a smell. So bees can be trained within minutes to recognize the scent of the samples infected with SARS-CoV-2, and bees can detect volatiles with the sensitivity of parts per million. For example, they find a flower a few kilometers away, and bees, like dogs, can learn to detect volatiles and odors, but with just a few minutes of training. So there is a method of training, that Pavlovian conditioning method, and bees were trained to detect SARS-CoV-2 infected samples in a Pavlovian conditioning method. Each time bees were exposed to scent from an infected sample, they received a sugar water solution reward, and the bees extend their tongues to collect the sugar water solution. By repeating this action several times, the bees associated the sugar reward with the scent as the stimulus, and with this repeated conditioning, soon enough bees started extending their tongues out for the scent alone, with no reward offered as a follow-up, and a retrained bee can detect an infected sample within a few seconds. Next topic is Goramara Island. So it is located 92 km from the south of Kolkata in the Sundarbans Delta, the complex of Bay of Bengal. And every year, with the house and acres of land being swallowed by hungry sea, topography of island alters, and the total area of this island was 8.51 square kilometer in 1975. Now it is reduced to 4.43 kilometer in 2012. So the rapid erosion of the island located at the mouth of Bay of Bengal has grabbed attention of all those attempting to understand how rising sea levels and climate change are impacting lives and migration patterns. Next topic is Indian Coast Guard. So it was established on 18th August 1978 by Coast Guard Act 1978 of the Parliament of India as Independent Armed Force of India. So it operates under the Ministry of Defense, and the headquarter is located at New Delhi, and it has jurisdiction over the territorial waters of India, including contiguous zone and exclusive economic zone, and it is responsible for marine environment protection in maritime zones of India and coordinating authority for response to oil spills in Indian waters. Next topic is Surya Kiran Aerobatics Display Team completes 25 years. So about Surya Kiran Aerobatic Team, it was formed in 1996 with the Kiran Mk2 aircraft and had spectators across the country till 2011. So it was revived in 2015 with Hawk trainers, initially with 4 aircraft, and grew to the 9 aircraft formation. So the feature of Surya Kiran team is that, also known as By 52 Squadron or the Sharks, is based in Bidar, Karnataka, and the team has carried out over 600 displays all around the country, and it has also represented India across Southeast Asia, including China. And the 1971 commemorations, that the marking Golden Jubilee year of 1971 Liberation War of Bangladesh, and the team has been flying different formations over landmarks across the country, starting from Kanyakumari in the south. Next topic is Ministry of Education launch scheme Yuva. So the launch of Yuva, that is young, upcoming and versatile authors, is in a tune with Prime Minister's visions to encourage young writers to write about the India's freedom struggle. So it is a part of India at 75 project, that is Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, to bring to the fore the perspective of the young generation of writers or themes like unsung heroes, freedom fighters, unknown and forgotten places, and their role in national movement and other related themes in an innovative and creative manner. And the National Book Trust India, under the Ministry of Education as implementing agency, will ensure phase-wise execution of the scheme under well-defined stages of mentorship, and the books prepared under this scheme will be published by National Book Trust India, will also be translated into other Indian languages, ensuring the exchange of culture and literature and promoting Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Thank you, class.